Guys, the Washington Mystics. The Washington Mystics have just fired. They made the oh my god, they fired both of them. They fired both of them. They fired the father and the son. Like they fathered they fathered they fired the father and the son. And like I don't know what's going on. I actually don't know what's going on. I'm not joking here when I say this. We have now got a situation that the WNBA has fired five of 12 head coaches. And by the way, this is not all. This is not all. Stephanie White is looking like she is going to be leaving the Sun. So Stephanie White is supposedly looking to leave the Sun. So that'll be 6 head coaches. And Indiana are looking to get her, which means Chrissy Sides will be gone. There is a good possibility. There is a strong possibility that we see, and I'm not joking when I say this, there is a strong possibility that we see 7 coaches. I repeat, 7 coaches fired. 7! 7 of 12! There are 12 teams in this league. It's looking like 7 of the coaches are going to be fired. Like, what is going on? 7 coaches. 7. S-E-V-E-N. And like, I'm sorry, Eric Tebow. I don't think Eric Tebow deserves to be fired. Like, it makes it seem as though Mike and Eric are parting ways. Like, I get firing the GM, especially because of the Elena Delle Donne situation. Use their core thing to basically tell Elena Delle Donne you're not playing basketball next year. But as the winningest coach, so what's it? Yeah, he finished coaching in the 2019 championship. We were also fortunate to see Eric serve as a key leader for the team for 11 seasons. For his assistant coach and his head coach, he played a vital role in the team's path to success. Like, I thought Eric Tebow did a decent job last year. Like, I'm not going to say that Eric Tebow was, like, anything absolutely unbelievable and, like, just, it's ridiculous that he's been fired. But, like, I still think of all the coaches, like, the Mystics had dealt with the most injuries. They did. He dealt with more injuries than any other coach, and the Mystics were in the playoffs until the final day. I'm pretty sure, am I right in saying that the Mystics literally lost out in the playoffs? I think they did on tiebreaker. Was it a tiebreak? No, sorry, the Dream had beaten them. So the Dream had beaten them during that week, and that's the only reason why the Mystics didn't make the playoffs. So, like, you gotta say, and you're looking at them going, they went 9-11 on the road. This is a team that, with all the injuries at the start of the year, started off 0-12. They were 14 and 14 after that. They were 500 through their last 28 games. And continually improving as the season went on. So I don't get that one. But at the same time, look, this is a better firing than Kurt Miller. That would be the craziest thing. And like, this would make kind of sense. And it says mutually agreed to part ways. Like, that would make the most sense, is that they didn't want to get rid of the dad. They fired the son, because they wanted him to be fired. That would make the most sense, which is a weird one. It's weird that they're a package deal. I will say that. Like, that is, and the fact is that it also does make it look bad when you pretty much look like a nepotism hire. When you look like a nepotism hire, that does help. It doesn't help, but he's somebody that I'll say is I don't think Eric Tebow is going to get another job, to be fair. And that's normally how you can decide whether or not a coach is a good coach, or whether or not they are like, you know what, they could be fired. Like, I think this is going to be like a Chrissy Sides firing, where there's just going to be I think they're going to have a better option. Like, the Mystics have a lot going for them. Like, people don't really realize how good the Mystics are. Like, the Mystics could win 22 games next year. But it's a weird one they fire both. It is a really, really odd one that they fired both. But like every single non-playoff team last year, well, the bottom 5 teams, every team that didn't make the playoffs and the team that were the 8th seed all fired their coach. They all fired their coach, which is very odd. Which is very, very odd. When it's like, and I don't know what he was fired for. Maybe he was fired for not losing. Like they only have a 10% chance of Paige, but like there was a stage where the Mystics had the best chance of Paige Beckers, and maybe, you know, they kept winning games. But yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know about this one, like, because they were on a run to end the season. Like this is as confused. To be fair, like the only ones I understand are Latricia Trammell, with the team that she had. I know she was caught with injuries. I get that. I get Tanisha Wright, but I still am confused about getting rid of Teresa Weatherspoon. And this one is just odd. This one's odd. Unless they got a coach lined up. Like, Teresa Weatherspoon. And again, Teresa Weatherspoon's another one where you're like, incredible news. They've had 2 pure guard. Perhaps Elena Deladon will return. Maybe Elena Deladon will come back. I don't know. Without the GM. But, like, it's a really weird one. It is a really, really weird one when it comes to this. But at the same time, like, every coach, like, we could see 5-6 coaches fired if Sides gets fired. Like, the only team without a winning record that's coach is going to stay is Nate Tibbetts. And I really do rate Nate Tibbetts as a coach, in fairness to him. I do rate Nate Tibbetts as a coach. But, like, I also very much rated Kurt Miller. I understood what Teresa Weatherspoon... Like, Teresa Weatherspoon, as much as, like, there are negatives with Teresa Weatherspoon, she did overperform. Like, that's the one thing I will have to say, is that she overperformed. And I don't think you can really argue that she didn't. But, yeah, so that's pretty much it. We have now got a situation where 5 coaches, I repeat, 5 coaches have been fired in a 12-team league in the one off season. This is nuts. We've already reported on this Christy Side situation, so there is a very, 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 like, real chance that there are 7 of 12 coaches that are gone one year to the other. It is literally going to be the and I don't know how safe Noelle Quinn is as well after the Storm flamed out of the playoffs. Imagine if Noelle Quinn's gone as well. Like, are there even enough coaches to replace them? I'll see you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.